She's a diamond. She's a diamond girl. She's a diamond. Diamond, diamond, diamond.
Hi YouTube, it's Princess Diamond. Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see, today I'll be doing these knotless twists, and I wanted to show you guys the braiding hair that I'm using just in case anyone was interested or asked. But I did not like this braiding hair, and I wouldn't use it specifically not for twists, just because it was just too soft. Now I do know that some people do prefer soft braiding hair. If you do, you can check out that braiding hair. And some people prefer it because it's lighter on, the hands. Is not so rough, and it maybe won't tangle as much. But I prefer, like an example would be like Ruwa braiding hair, or like model braiding hair. That would be like my go-to. And also like the braiding hair that I sell, those would be my go-to braiding hairs for twists. I think they would be able to hold up better, but it still worked for this video. It wasn't too bad, but it just wouldn't be my go-to for doing twists. Overall, for this style though, we did use 2 packs. Yes, we used 2 packs. And these are lighter. Like I said, these are knotless twists. And they're Senegalese twists, but it's just the method of adding in the braiding hair. It was added in using the knotless braid method, as you guys could see. So with it being knotless braids, starting out, with knotless braids, we use less hair. So the parts are a little bit bigger, but the twist itself is a little bit smaller because we're not using as much hair. And that is all just preference. You can do smaller parts with much bigger sections of hair to make it fuller. It's just all preference. I was a little worried if these twists would stay put, mainly when I dipped it in hot water. I wasn't sure if they would unravel, because I've had that, that's happened to me where I did a whole head of twist, dip it in hot water, and it started to unravel. So to make sure that didn't happen, I just kind of burned it halfway to melt the braiding hair together, and then I burned it towards the end again just to melt the braiding hair together. I went kind of fast here on this part, but I'm going to slow it down and show you guys how I did this. So let's go. So starting out with the client's hair, split into 3 parts, I'm going to do a braid. And I started doing a braid and then feeding in the braiding hair. And I think I kind of liked it. If you guys have been following me for a while, I think I had said in a video before that I don't like starting it as a braid first before feeding in the braiding hair. But I liked it this time around. So I mean, I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll see how I do. I'll try it when I do like just regular knotless braids and see how I like it. But so far I like doing it this way. And so yeah, so I'm just feeding in the braiding hair as if I was doing knotless braids. You can feed in 3 sections, you can feed in 4 sections, you can feed in 5 sections, just whatever your method of feeding in the braiding hair is. I wouldn't do more than 5 though. I typically do 5, but that's like the most that I would do. Once you have your braiding hair fed in, for your knotless braid part, then you are going to turn your 3 sections into 2 by taking one of your sections of hair and splitting that into 2, and then matching those 2 with the other 2 sections. And then once you have that, then you're going to begin your twist, rolling it in one direction and then twisting it together in the opposite direction. But make sure first, before you continue with your twist, that your sections are even. I typically have to kind of restart. I don't always get it right on the first try, so just check it. And if it's not even, take it out and make it even, and then just start it again. So I think this looked a little better. And then, so like I said, you're rolling it in one way and you're twisting it together in the opposite way. So for me, I like to roll it going to the right and twist it together going to the left. If you don't like to twist that way, then you will roll each section going to the left and twist it together going to the right. Whichever way you do it, you're just going to do it the opposite way when you twist it together. To add in pieces of braiding hair, you're going to just take little pieces at a time and lay that piece flat up against matching both strands of the twist, and then you're just going to roll it within each strand and then continue to twist it together as you normally was doing. The two reasons you'll want to do this is when you want to extend the length of your twist or when you want to thicken your twist. For me, I wanted to keep the thickness of her twist when we were passing her natural hair because it would start to thin out. So that's why I added in that additional piece to keep that thickness. But then I also added in towards the bottom to add in the length. So to show you guys again, I'm taking that piece, that section of hair, and I'm matching the strands up against the two strands of the twist, just laying it flat, matching it, and then rolling it and continue with the twist. I do have another video that may go a little bit more in depth on how to do this with maybe a better explanation. If you guys want to check it out, you can. And of course, you don't have to add in pieces of hair to your twist. If you don't want to extend the length or if you don't want to add any thickness, you do not have to add your sections of hair. You can just start with the knotless braids and twist it until you get all the way to the bottom. Once you split your three sections into two and you start twisting them together, you'll immediately feel if it's even or not. And like I said earlier, if it's not, just untwist it and do it again so you can make it even. You want to make sure you're doing it as getting it as even as possible for both strands. And yeah, I don't always get it right on the first try, but like I said, once you just start to twist it, it's really easy to tell if they're even. For the product that I'm using in her hair, it's Shine and Jam, and I ended up just using the Shine and Jam in the red jar that has more of a thicker consistency, and I rubbed it in and then combed it through to try to get it to blend with the braiding hair as much as or as best as possible. Also in this part, I'm kind of going a little slower because I'm trying to tuck away her natural hair where the color is within the twist so it doesn't show as bad. I'm still working on tucking when it comes to twisting, so I haven't gotten it down perfectly, but I still wanted to try to make sure her braiding or her natural hair wasn't showing through too bad, especially with this braiding hair. I know some of you guys said you struggle with like matching the client's natural hair to the braiding hair, and if you're working with a textured braiding hair that's like really silky, it is going to be pretty difficult to do that. So you want to aim for it don't have to be rough and tangly, but you do want to aim for like a braiding hair that is more on like the client's natural hair texture, which is why I said I like to go with the Roo-Rah or the Model Glance formation here. And I'll try to link those down in the description for you guys so you can just see what braiding hair I'm talking about. But this is not a bad braiding hair. It's, if you guys like the silky texture, then go for it. And then once I was done, I didn't show a clip. I wish I would have though. But if you have like leave-in conditioning spray, you can spray it on the client's hair at that time, and then oil the scalp, and then add mousse. So those are the three things that I did. That's the white stuff that you see is the mousse. I always use the same mousse, the Vigorol with the olive oil in it. But again, all the products that I use, I'll link it down in the description. And then I did still go ahead and dip these ends in hot water. That's just me making sure that everything's nice and sealed, even though I did burn it, but I still wanted to dip it because then it does loosen up the hair a little bit too. So I just always like dipping it. So yeah, this is me dipping it in hot water. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I did a pretty good job with like tucking her hair. It wasn't perfect, but I think I'm getting better. So maybe I'll do like a tutorial for you guys on how to tuck for twists. You guys know I already did like a tutorial on how to tuck for braids, but twist is a whole nother level. But if you guys want to see that tutorial, if you think I did pretty decent and you want to see that tutorial, let me know and I will get that one for you guys. I don't think it came out too bad. I think I did pretty decent. But yeah, this is the finished product. Let me know what you guys think, how you like it, and I'll stop talking and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. But I hope you guys be blessed, stay protected, and stay filled with love and peace. If you have any other questions, though, leave it in the description and I will try to answer it, or I will try to do like a video if it's like too complicated to answer in just a comment. All right, bye.